Oh fuck. That's gonna drive me crazy.
I can't believe I don't remember his name.
I don't want to.
He's a well-known producer.
John Bone Jones.
Quincy Jones. I didn't see it.
Wow, how did we not know this?
So Quincy,
it came to me.
Quincy Jones.
Wow, guys, we should be like, we should be eliminated for that.
For real.
Michael, something Jones.
Michael, delete this part, bro. This is embarrassing. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to Channel No Name. We got a very special episode today. We got Freddy, Chris, and of course Michael. I'm your host for today.
What is it? The Center for
co-host, Mr. Kevin. We're gonna talk about music. It's all about music. We're gonna talk about what we're listening to, what we're looking forward to. What's I guess our previous like favorite albums we've been knocking to. We have an artist with us. Maybe he wants to, share his creative process. We can ask him some questions if he wants, and only if he wants. We're gonna ask him for permission. But other than that, let's get started. Who wants to go first? Let's have Chris. Guys. No, let's have Chris go first.
Yeah, let's welcome Chris.
Chris is our special guest.
First time on Channel No Name. Welcome.
A first time.
Welcome, bro.
First timer.
Yeah. Cherry.
Chug.
Thank you.
Oh, you got the
soundboard? So the questions there. What have I been listening to? What I'm looking forward to?
You don't have to answer all of them, but like, you
gotta answer right now. Go.
No. Don't.
Honestly, I haven't. I won't talk about specific artists, but I haven't really been into any new hip hop. Like, am I excited by any new rap or hip hop?
What was the last hip hop album you'd say for you?
I mean, probably whatever. No, Smino and JID and JID. Yeah, those are the last two albums I listened to. I enjoyed them, but they didn't like rock my world. Some of the songs were incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm not really listening. I'm more listening to now, like, older music, like old soul or jazz music, and then white people music.
White people music.
What is white people?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, so
music that you can do your taxes to.
So just to clarify, it doesn't have to be hip hop. We don't have to talk about hip hop. It's just music in general. Like we can talk about rock if you want. So whatever.
Now that's a good point though, because I feel like we all feel that same way about hip hop. Like I really enjoyed this new album, but I can't think of anything else that popped up lately. Like I tried to listen to that.
Yeah, I felt this way for a long time, but I didn't. I think more now. It's like it's almost like I'm done. Like, that's more like how I feel lately.
Yeah. But you're making too much.
I'm done.
It's starting to feel that way. Like I'm just not like I'm not like even the rappers I listen or the hip hop artists I listen to, they're not rap. Like they're different. It's like I'll listen to an Anderson.paak like rapping song. It's not really that's different. But like to explain what I meant by the white people music, like Spooky Mansion.
No.
I've played it a couple times around you guys. It's like Drew's music.
House soundtrack.
Downloaded.
Drew's music.
It's not spooky.
No, I'm kidding.
What's the genre? It's just like what?
I don't know the genre. I don't know how to explain it. There's this here's a song that's similar.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah,
but like this.
Ooh. So it's like
that sounds cool.
It's like alternative.
I liked it immediately.
Alternative,
like groovy. It's groovy. What are they called again? It's a band, like a group.
That's not Spooky Mansion. That's
Luigi's Mansion.
That's Cheeky Kids is the name of the song. Marlon's Dreaming, I guess is the artist. Yeah, Marlon's
Dreaming.
Like Marlon is dreaming. Stupid.
Now,
white shit.
What?
I like that.
That's related to Spooky Mansion in what way?
I don't think it's necessarily white. I wouldn't, but I understand what you mean. Sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
No, you're good. What I was saying is because you said Spooky Mansion, now you're talking about the cheeky thing. Are they the same genre? Is that why?
I just think they're the same vibe. I guess the same sound to me.
Yeah, and I would say the same for me. Is I've been listening to more older music, and I've been finding mad music off of like Instagram fucking clips that I've been fucking with. Like there's this song, I don't know if you've been hearing this shit. It's called "Do You," Tori's ballad.
Marigold. You know, it's not the same as it was.
Oh.
Yeah, this was like, it's the dude doing the hand thing.
That's what it's from. I was
like, who sampled that? Who sampled that?
I don't know, man. But like that shit.
You know what? The drums sound like I'm dying of thirst.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, the drums sound like dying of thirst.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's probably what it is. I gotta look it up. Because I had a feeling that was sampled somewhere. And I was trying to figure out what
my
it was.
Ears.
I know my ears. Yeah, we picked that up pretty fast.
That's good. That was impressive. Because I was like,
that was impressive. Kevin. Kevin's the one that called it out.
Lupe or Anderson.paak, but I couldn't think of Kendrick. That's good.
Nah, that was an assist.
Speaking of,
well, yeah, Freddy said
that was an assist.
Who sampled that?
Yeah. Good job.
But Kevin was
Where'd you find that?
That was some Instagram video. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like really searching for music. I'm just coming across shit. And I'm like, oh, let me just go listen.
Yeah, I haven't even been in the music world,
bro.
I decided to start trying again to get it. Like because like for a while I was just like whatever came at me, whatever artist I was following. But years ago, I would like look up. I don't know. I just look for blogs talking about new music and try it. Not a lot, but like every now and then. Now it's like I feel like I have to do that again because I just got blogs
like. But I'm saying like how you coming across the blogs?
I don't know. I'll just search like you know
Google. You just
new like best 50 albums or whatever, best albums of 2022, and then like just search down.
So I have a question. So because obviously I think this is. We all have a mutual feeling where it's just like we're not really listening to new stuff. Like myself, I barely listen to new stuff now. It's like I feel like over the past maybe 2-3 years, like I haven't been really listening
to here and there new shit.
Maybe here and there, like sprinkle like maybe 2 or 3 albums max during the year, but like I still go to my old stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's because our favorite artists aren't putting stuff out there, or just like the cat?
That's fire.
Or
I wish Lily would come out.
Yeah,
Lily,
like
come in.
Do you feel like the artists aren't like making the same type of music, or just like maybe our love for it as
maybe we're getting old, we can't keep up with
older, getting more bitter.
I was thinking about that. We getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Music is.
My birthday was yesterday.
I heard someone say the other day, like new music is for people in their teens and 20s, and you reach a certain age where now, you just aren't as likely to grab onto new music.
Oh, this music was different when I was a kid.
I will say this. I'm not necessarily exploring new music as in new music that's current or released as of now, but new music for me is like discovering old shit that I haven't heard before, or so like it's still new. I don't care about the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's new to you.
Like, yeah, like I brought this for the podcast. Like I keep this in my truck because I have a cassette player in the truck. So
you're really old, bro.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Cassette players,
cassettes. I buy cassettes.
You're wearing a cassette shirt.
And I didn't even plan it. Plan
it. Okay. He's been on podcasts before.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah, it's funny because like Rob's been going through like a bachata kick too, like old music, and he's been listening to a lot of Juan Luis Guerra. We're listening to that together, and it's like even though I've heard the music so many times, now listening to it like I'm playing it.
Yeah,
it's just this whole new experience of new music, and I think that's essentially what I've been doing is finding old music, and that's become my new music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but then it's like it's new to us, but it's still not coming out like
what's coming out right now.
So it's just like, would you love that album if it came out this year?
Yeah, because it's still the same thing. You come across, you go,
I don't care about when it came out. I think the age of it adds to it, like it's bonuses, like you know, like, oh, one, the music is dope, but then if you want to dig deeper, like, oh, if it revolutionized the music at any point, like for example, like Miles Davis, he revolutionized jazz by his style of playing. He played instead of like very crazily wild jazz, you know, his shit was more slowed down, spaced out. So, you know, so in that sense, I think it adds more to it. Like if it revolutionized music in a certain way, if it really changed the dynamic of music, but first and foremost, it's got to be good. So,
yeah,
you know, whatever catches your ears.
I think also knowing that, like, while you're listening to it, you're just like, wow, this came out like
facts
at this time.
Maybe it's still
like he thought of this. He thought of this at this time. Like people are trying to like emulate that now, and they can't.
Yeah.
So that, I think that helps too. But like, I don't know. I feel like music now is I sound like a fucking old geezer, but it's not the same.
It's part of it. It's part of it.
Like now I'm on a fucking like huge R&B kick. Like now I'm listening to Aaliyah, I'm listening to Genuine, like Timbaland's, like
classics.
Like his
Timbaland's era.
Yeah, like Timbaland. That's all I'm listening to now. Like that's all, like just Genuine, Missy, fucking Aaliyah. Like like listening to it now, like as I'm old, I'm just like, wow, like this shit is crazy. Like this shit is so like, what happened?
Sorry. Have you ever heard Superfly by Missy?
Yeah, kind of. I can't hear you.
Have you ever heard her album Superfly?
Oh yeah, that's probably like what her magnum opus. Like this, I think it is. She has a few, but like that album.
Isn't that her main album? Yeah, it's like her main album.
Yeah, one of her main.
It's
albums.
great.
But what I mean is, like, did you actually like? I know you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Have you actually like sat and listened?
Yeah, I sat. Same with Genuine. Like I'm listening to his albums. I'm not just listening to like his hits, because all of these artists have a lot of hits. Yeah. Like when you're listening to like their cuts, and, like it's just like, wow, this is crazy. This is so dope. So
I still listen to albums in an album way. I don't just listen.
Order. That's how I like doing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either I listen to all my music in shuffle or I pick an album.
How many times do you think you should listen to an album to like if you want to get an album?
My rule is like 5 times.
That's too much. That's too much.
I would say because it could change, bro. It could change.
Yeah.
Oh, you saying 5 hours?
No, well, I'm saying some albums are an hour. So.
Oh my bad. I thought you meant like times.
I think one.
No, I'm saying times.
2
times.
Okay, 5 times requires
5 times for me, bro.
There's certain albums you just can't. Like we spoke about this when me and you spoke about Samino. Like the first time listening to it was okay, and then it got better. Same thing happened with that Kid Cudi album. That Absol album, I'm not giving it 5 times. You know what I mean? There's certain albums you know the one time going through like
wait, did Absol drop? The new Absol?
Yeah, Abjo came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like the first song. The first song had it was bro. I was
December?
like, oh shit.
I think it was December it came out.
Yeah, it was December. Like, and it seemed like he was coming back. I was like, oh shit. And then
also, I have a theory,
few songs I couldn't get in.
I have a theory that I feel like if you just force yourself to listen to an album enough, you'll just like it more than you did originally.
There's albums you'll probably
like there's a limit. But there are albums I love so much, sense. And it happens to be all the albums I listen to the most. But like, I don't know what, chicken or the egg. Like, did I listen to it the most because I loved it?
You liked it because you could listen to. Let's say this for example, you could listen to Yeezus a bunch of times and appreciate Yeezus for what it was, but you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna listen to Yeezus more than Late Registration.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Like you know what you're listening to. You're aware of what's going on.
You could appreciate what it is. Like, I see where he was going or where he was trying to go.
You don't agree?
Yeah. I don't agree with you. I understand what you're saying.
With Kendrick's last album, if everyone here listens to Kendrick's last album 5 more times,
I did.
You're gonna be I did. My auntie is a man now.
Let me tell you, I did.
How'd it go?
I think I listened to Kendrick's album like definitely more than 5 times, and I still felt the same.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
I felt the same.
There's certain songs on there.
You listened to it several times again recently?
I did.
Not recently. No, not recently. I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, what you guys
but
think
it was
about
during
it
that time when we were all listening to it, when it came out, and like the fifth time or maybe even sixth time, I was just like, yeah, I still feel the same way for this album.
I like the first few songs on it.
What happened? But my bad, Freddy. I didn't mean to.
No. I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
Oh, so what I was gonna say, like for Smino's album, like there was songs over time that I end up loving more. Like, I fucking maybe a week after we did our review, I fucking hit up Kelvin and Mike. I was like, this song I was shitting on in our review, and I ended up loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up loving it. It was Defibrillator.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was so funny because what we were talking about, we were shitting on it.
Yeah, I was like,
and then Kevin said that, I'm like, shit, now I have to like go back into that song again.
That's what makes me think of that theory, because there's like there are albums I'll listen to all the way through, and there'll be like 2 or 3 songs I'm like, that's not a good song.
Yeah.
But I'll just keep listening to the album, and then like a month later I'm like, that's my favorite song.
Yeah. That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
I think we just don't get it at first.
Yeah,
like it's a
language.
You're not ready.
Yeah, it's so different. You're like, oh, this is weird. I don't like this. It's like, oh yeah, you haven't leveled up yet. You haven't gotten the ears for it. And once you get the ears for it, then you realize, oh, this is some other level shit. This is why I didn't like it at first. That's real. But there's certain songs that
it could also be like, oh shit, my shit's freezing.
Nah, you good?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, my shit freezing right now.
Get ready
did I cut up anyone?
Nah, you good.
Nah, you good.
Nah, you're good.
I was gonna say that it could also be like how you felt at the moment.
That too.
At that time, you're just like you're probably stressed, and you're thinking about you're listening to this shit. You're like, fuck this song. Then you probably at a day when you're in a good ass mood, and you're like, this song's incredible.
Sometimes your emotion has to match it too.
Makes me feel.
Right, like there's songs that are like you're supposed to be hyped for, or you're supposed to be sad for, and if your emotion doesn't match the song, you're not gonna feel it. But if it's like, oh, you know what I mean, like if you're in that mood, like but then you don't want to listen to a hype song at 7 a.m.
It's also subjective because there's songs there, there's songs out there that should make you feel happy when you're sad, and it should make you feel a certain, or make you feel emotional when you're like just in a normal,
that works, by the way,
good mood. That works.
That really works.
Absolutely.
I'll put on Young Thug when I'm like, I'm sad, like not sad, but like low energy maybe, and trying to get to a higher level.
Get you hype.
I'll just put him. I can't not get energy off of.
You're getting vibrated. We're water, and the fucking music is manipulating us into, getting
my water is at the same frequency as Young Thug.
I wanted to ask Kevin, what was your opinion of what was Kendrick's last album name?
Mr. Morale. I know it.
Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers.
Mr. Morale.
Yes. Thank you. That's what it was. What was your opinion on it?
I liked it. I was definitely disappointed in it. Like I didn't hate it. I saw what Kendrick was doing. I felt like it was a little too woke for me. But
that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, like he had some songs where it's just like talking about what his aunt became a man and shit. What was that? It was a song.
Auntie is a man now.
Yeah, like I get what he's doing, but
like this
but like sonically, I thought like some of the songs sounded great. There was some songs like I think the first half I liked.
Yeah, I like the first
more than the second half, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, I liked it. Was I disappointed? Yes, but I liked it. I saw what he was doing. I do appreciate the work, because it's 2 hours.
For sure.
All those time, all that time, that man is stressed. That man's depressed.
And you could feel it.
Yeah, he could feel it. And it's great that you can, he's willing to share that with us, with his fans. Just like, I'm fucking depressed. Like, these are my emotions, and this is what's going on. And I feel like and you kind of felt that with his Damn, where like he was stressed. And he was like trying to like express it, kind of, if that makes sense. Like some songs where you can tell like he's stressed, like towards the end. I don't know what happened to Chris.
Feel
back, yeah. So
low battery.
Yeah, so I felt like it went overload on Mr. Morale with that. So
Kevin, did you say is it like you felt it was too woke or maybe like too conscious? Because like a lot of Kendrick's last albums, he ends with these like songs that are very like, it's not the right word, but preachy, right? Like the Black of the Berry, the Jesus Story with Tupac.
Yeah, so with To Pimp a Butterfly with Mortal Man, I thought that was probably one of the best fucking tracks.
Okay.
Yeah. The way to end the album. That would I go back to listen to it every day? Probably not. You know, that song's a lot. That song's a lot. So he has a lot of, he kind of does have a lot of that in the last album. Where it is a lot, but
but that's what it was. That's what that project was. That's exactly what it was. So he needed like whether the album was, he put all that into it. Sorry, that he put, you know, that it came across that way. The whole album was a lot, man. That whole thing, like I still go.
How'd you feel about it, Freddie?
How'd you feel about it? I mean, I still
we can actually go around and talk about it real quick. Like,
that's cool.
Like to me, because that was a big part of the year. Because we were hyped.
It was a big part of the year.
Like musically.
I already knew.
Yeah, dude. Now, dude,
it can't be done.
Yeah,
you can't have 3 banger albums in a row.
Yeah. Even Jay-Z has bad albums, you know.
But I think, because he even says it, man. He says it in the album. He's like, he apologizes to his fans, and he's just like, I had to choose me. But it really felt like he really created. What I loved about it is that he really did what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Regardless of any feedback, whatever, he did what he wanted to do. And he wanted to dive into that overwhelmingly exhausting emotion and go everywhere with it. And I thought he executed that, the overall feeling of that great. So I don't even know what the question was, but
no,
so
basically
I want to remember too.
How felt about it.
He started the album. The first words of the album are, "I'm going through something."
Yes.
And what is an artist if he's not pulling you into where he is?
You know, he needs to channel that.
Yeah, like we waited, like you expect, like the pandemic happens and on the world's breaking apart, like after, you know, from his last album to his new album, so much happened. And you're like kind of waiting, like artists might take that moment and go like, I'm going to express. And it's like, but no, I think he almost like had to, whatever he's been going through, whatever he's been doing, it almost felt like too much of everything. And
like he waited
like, how
too long.
Do you even...
Yeah, I don't know. That's another good point. He did wait very long. That's part of the stress. Like he pushed back.
Go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead.
I felt like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders because he had all of his projects were even the mixtapes,
right?
Okay, but even the mixtapes are great. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Even the mixtapes are great. And then I got into his actual albums, and it's like he had the best run, 3-piece run in a row, not even including Untitled Unmastered.
Right. Best.
That guy
throwaways.
Which to me is one of my favorites.
The blooper reel was a classic.
Better than everybody else's discographies, bro.
That shit is crazy.
Where he did have a lot of pressure on him.
Mad pressure. He was being constantly compared to Drake, who's better or not. The world is almost waiting for a beef, essentially.
Right.
Or like some sort of tracks. And he's being compared to Nas, essentially, as far as the first 3 albums, who had the best consecutive first 3 albums back to back. So that's a lot of pressure. And then for him to drop To Pimp a Butterfly, damn, and it's like he continuously having to top yourself. That must be eating away at you. You know, it's your dream, it's your goal to be the greatest, and then you achieve to be the greatest, and now you're continuously trying to top it, and then it gets to a point where you're like, yo, this shit, I'm not even healthy anymore. I have a girl, I have children, I have a family, and I'm pouring myself into this thing that I'm maybe even falling out of love with to an extent. You know, because sometimes you could do something so much that it sucks the life out of you, and you're like, yo, I don't even feel great anymore. And like you said, back to your point, Chris, where he said, I'm going through something. You know, so I love how he channeled that, and he expressed whatever that was. I'm not a huge fan of the album. I go back to it out of respect for him and out of his artistry. I don't think it was a great album.
You think it was a good album, a bad album?
I think it's dope.
Not a great album.
I think it's dope that he, like I said, he did what he wanted to do, and there's so much in there. Like you could really go back to that for years and still find more. So for that, I think it's dope, and I think it's amazing. As far as my taste of what I just want to listen to often, I don't think it's that type of album. I don't think it's for people to listen to all the time, but I think it's a project that you can continuously go back to. And I think songs individually, I don't think that were great songs. I really don't. I really don't think he did I think his execution was bad per song, but I thought that was amazing highlight moments in certain songs that I'm like, this section here is incredible. But I might not be a whole fan of the whole composition of the song, because he did so much throughout the album, but he did so much into each individual song as well, and it was just like, it was overwhelming and exhausting. And I heard To Pimp a Butterfly like 3 days ago, and I'm just like, this is incredible.
It really was an exhausting album.
It is.
You couldn't it's not easy to listen to.
Yeah.
And
if you listen,
purpose, I don't know.
Like, I feel like if you do listen to that whole album, you are gonna feel something. Like, it's not like, it's not like, all right, I just heard Mr. Morale, go out about your day. You think about it after. You think about the album. Like,
stress.
You think about
you're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel exhausted.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel annoyed, frustrated.
That emotion
depressed.
is passed on to you. Yeah.
Like, you're gonna feel all that shit. And maybe that was the goal. That was his goal. He wanted you to feel, that, I don't know, that feeling.
Yeah. Isn't that the point of, like, art though? Like,
transfer of energy, for sure.
I used to say that about like with the people that hated, not to change subjects, but like the people that hated on Last of Us 2. Like, everyone has an opinion about that story, good or bad. And
no spoilers.
Isn't that the whole point of the story? Is you feel a way about the you feel so much about the characters that like you have to go and say something. Like, like if you're watching a YouTube guy and you get mad at him, like, and you feel like you have to go comment or say something to him in public,
he got you.
Like, that means he did his job.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me
and
just real quick to talk about that. I know it's not music related, but like, when after beating that shit, like, you're just like, wow, what the fuck? Like, this shit went 360. Like, I kind of understand why people were mad at it. But still, like, I loved it. I personally loved it. I still think to this day it's like one of the best fucking, just not even video games, just like just art itself. Like, that's a piece of art.
It is.
Even if it's a form of fucking you already know. So it's like, wow, it was great. But yeah, definitely that's a good comparison, because
no, for sure, because that is what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel something. The artist felt something when they created it, and they're leaving it up to you, and whatever you feel might not be what they intended to do. And then what happens with Mr. Morale is it's 5 years of stress, 5 years of dealing with the pandemic, dealing with being on top, not making an album for 5 years, and he's just pouring that whole thing out. And that's why I think like he probably did wait too long, because he had this fucking shit on his chest, and he was thinking about other people. What does everybody else want to listen to? He wasn't writing what he wanted to write.
Think about how many albums he scrapped.
Oh my god. Just shit's in there. That probably stresses him out.
I don't think he made that off the bat. I'm sorry, but
we know that to be a thing. Like, there were other albums that, or is that just
it's not said to be a thing, but
inevitably.
It's not said to be a thing.
I wouldn't be
as a creative, he's just creating, and then I'm assuming he pulls what he feels is best, and then eventually it helps. There's a creative process to it. I don't know his.
Freddy's talking from experience
about it.
No, that's why I'm
just talking
that.
So I would assume he had, like, for example, Schoolboy Q, when he made Crash Talk. I loved Crash Talk.
Hell yeah. Great.
I think he said he did like 3 albums, or he scrapped 3 or 4 albums before it led him to that one.
That's crazy.
So like I understand that, and especially being Kendrick, being revered who he is, being not only the king of the West, but also king of hip hop and all this music, being compared to Drake in a way. And then like I think he surrendered that position with the album. I think he was just like, I'm over this, and he was just like,
he says it.
I don't even want.
He says it. He says it. With and then N95, and dude, that's when I was thinking this album's gonna be good, because it felt like he was saying so much with that. Take it off.
I was actually gonna talk about N95 because N95, I believe he recorded maybe 4 years ago.
Well, maybe some of it, but
yeah, he recorded N95. Yeah.
Right, because but he says something about
named it N95 later.
Yeah, N95.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like a lot of the take it off was take off the mask, but he was also talking about his own mask. He said something about top 5. I'm like, take that off. Like he's just saying, I'm not trying to be that person.
Yeah,
like he's dropping that ego.
Take it off.
Yeah, so that was like.
Take it off.
Talking about that, like where I love that fucking line.
Good point.
Where
I love that album now, yo.
We're gonna go back and listen to it because
we're gonna be like, yo,
this is my point. This is my point, though. We came in here to talk about all music, and the album we consider the worst from Kendrick. We're like, let's just keep talking about it.
We didn't, and that's why I like doing these things, is because you get to like finally channel those thoughts, because we never really get to break it down, because it's a lot with music.
I do want
to mention. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. All right, I just want to say something real quick, and then I'll let you go. I do want to wrap up the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers talk, so we could talk about other music. We went off into a tangent. I would like to maybe discuss like what are maybe 2 albums that you're listening to, or that you really like, or might recommend to viewers and other people, so we could share some stuff. But go ahead, Chris.
No, it just kept coming up when you guys were talking about Kendrick. So like the expectation, right? Like, so he already did the 3-peat. Like, exactly. Damn had that expectation. Yes. Like it was like, all right, he can't do it again, right? He can't make an album that hits again, and then it hit at a level that even we didn't expect it to hit.
Yep.
And then he's supposed to do that again. How can you even do that? Like it may not even be within his it's not something you can just conjure up. So that was it. That's all I wanted. Like we were saying, like the pressure of that. And it's like, that's the pressure after the last album already had that pressure. Mm-hmm. That same exact pressure to do the 3-peat.
Imagine the pressure after Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh that's what I'm saying. And then after To Pimp a Butterfly. And then after
Damn. To Pimp a Butterfly did get a lot. Like, we love To Pimp a Butterfly. We loved it. We look at it as, like, it's probably common majority of, its favorite body of work, almost. Probably the majority of our group. But it did get a lot of ridicule. There was a lot of people that did move away from him for that, that were not feeling it,
That's strange
at all.
Because that was such a.
So he did kind of get that, but on the side that did lean into to Pimp a Butterfly, he had to beat that expectation of like, this is the greatest ever since
for us,
since everybody, exactly. So he did have to meet it multiple times, but he did get a lot of backlash off of it.
Kendrick got me back into hip hop, bro. I remember listening to fucking Good Kid, Mad City. Robin Gio walk in and like, you're listening to hip hop? Like, this is fucking weird. And it's like, yeah, this is fucking undeniable. It's just that good.
Yeah, it wasn't deniable.
And then he got me out of hip hop after Big Steppers. I'm talking shit. But yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And then I think that's why I'm very happy that he made this album, whether it's good or not.
Yeah,
he needed to get that out. This is just him again dealing with the inner emotions that he has to resolve first before the next beautiful creation. I think the next album he's gonna come out with, I think it's gonna be good because of this album.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think his next album is gonna be like Damn, where he's just like rapping his ass off. He's not even gonna go.
I don't even think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
know, man. Because
he's gonna get into Brazilian music.
I'm also only saying this because he said he wasn't gonna take that long to make his next album. So I think I think he's just gonna like have fun. They all left.
You should. I think he is gonna have. I think it's gonna be. I don't know if he's. I don't know. If can keep doing.
Well, I don't know if. When I say damn, I mean like short, like half hour, like just crazy instrumentals, him rapping his ass off, like that type of work. Nothing like too serious. Because I don't consider Damn serious.
I understand what you mean.
That was my favorite one.
I don't.
It's not like,
and it's great. No, I don't
political
mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But you can tell, like, that's Kung Fu Kenny. Kung Fu Kenny is like, he's
having fun.
That man's taking names and kicking ass. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, he's not.
Yeah.
You know, he don't care about. He doesn't want to express how, like, what he's feeling. He kind of did a little at the end, but like the majority of the time, he's fucking rapping his ass off. Like, he's not. I feel like he was having fun, and you can tell in that album. Whereas, you know, Mr. Morale, that's a completely opposite feeling of an album. So that's what I mean by that.
Something.
Yeah,
I meant that in a good, positive way. Like, I think when not so serious, I mean, like, he's just gonna have fun and just go.
I think it's easy to say too. Like, of the 4 albums, it's definitely the least serious. Like, Good Kid, Mad City is his story.
A lot. Yeah,
To Pimp a Butterfly is dark.
The most serious.
Yeah,
most serious.
That's what you mean.
Is,
even
it's
more
depressing.
Right, and then Dan's like, I'm gonna be like just regular.
That's probably why we don't like it, because it's passing on that emotion of him going through his darkness.
But you know what?
You don't want to walk away from an album feeling that way.
But I also love albums that are depressing.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like Alice in Chains makes.
I don't think that the issue was the depressingness. I truly don't
think so neither.
I don't think his execution per song was great. I think his execution of transferring the emotion as a body of work was great. I think he transferred all of his overwhelming thoughts and overwhelming ideas and all of this shit. I think he executed that well. But like, I don't hear a song and think this is an amazing song.
What do you think was missing? What is it? We were to get down to it. Is it the
missing?
Yeah. What is it that we go and it's like, oh, this isn't what I came for. It's not just what he's talking about. Sometimes I don't even approach it as in this isn't what I came for. I don't think you can do that with Kendrick. Yeah, it's not fair.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I mean? Like, what makes it different? Where
honestly, like, I don't even know
on other songs.
I don't know. Maybe simplicity. I don't even know. But I don't even know if that's the correct thing.
Yeah, maybe make it more simple.
And I don't mean simple as in dumb it down, but like there's parts you could sing along to. There's like really great highlighted
there's not
parts.
Much of that.
Yeah.
There's not like you don't want to rap along with it a lot of the time.
Yeah, you can do
like,
if
you think about the album right now, think about the album right now, like visualize
Silent Hill.
There's a lot of songs that you don't remember. There's a lot of songs I don't remember. I think I only remember like maybe 2, 3 songs.
The Alchemist Joint is the best one.
Yeah, that's literally the first. That's the only fucking song that I remember.
What song?
With him arguing with his girl.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, shit like that, like you literally, like it's cool. I thought that was a really smart piece.
That song.
It's cool.
I love that right there. I'm like this whole song is amazing. This
executed
whole thing.
But I'm never gonna listen
actually
to that.
A whole.
Yeah,
no, I will listen.
Yeah, but imagine like you're driving.
But I like to be in a good mood.
You're driving down the street, your windows are down, like you can't.
Yeah.
And you just hear them arguing.
It's just not. It's not.
You listen to an argument. You listen.
They're gonna call you. Someone's gonna call the cops on you. They're gonna hear domestic abuse.
When do you listen to that?
It's toxic as fuck. You like literally. I heard it, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. I really appreciate it. But I'm like, never again. Never again am I gonna listen to this because I don't want that.
And that's another reason why he's so amazing at what he does.
I thought those.
Is how he could capture that, make it into a song, rhyming, and convey a completely nasty, toxic emotion, and then the video that goes along with it. It was just like it was just absolutely beautiful. It was like that song is a
movie.
That
song's a movie.
We cried
together.
I fuck with.
Come on.
But now
we gotta move on from Kendrick. Kendrick, we love you.
You asked a good question earlier.
All right, big shout out to Kenny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You asked a good question earlier, like for everyone to answer, like something about 2 albums, right?
Oh yeah, I would like everybody just to share, for the viewers, for amongst ourselves, what are maybe 2 albums that you're listening to,
new and old,
or that you would recommend to share, or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun, Freddy. A new album and an old album.
I got No, I don't really have anything new.
I got one right now for you because I thought of this earlier too.
I'll try.
Recent music is the Weeknd album. That's the last album where I was like, wow, this album is fucking amazing. Beginning to end, perfect. If I don't listen to it for a few months and I listen to it again, I'm like, oh my God, why did I stop listening to this? It's like that good. And I've been listening to, you guys come across Coast Contra yet? They're pretty dope. You've probably seen videos of them like sitting around like a podcast table with headphones and shit, like rapping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those guys are fucking...
Yeah,
those dudes. They're very...
an album?
Yeah, it's called Apartment 505, Coast Contra. They're cool. They're like the new tribe essentially. That's what they're definitely going for. One of them speaks Spanish, so you get like that. Like
I love their vibe.
Different. Yeah, they have a cool fucking vibe. It's just they're still new, so you hear the album and it's like it's not something that you go back to a lot. I feel like, but you see the talent. You could see how fucking nasty they are, and like what they need is they need the wise fucking older brother to come in and like put them on. They need someone like who knows. I don't know who would work perfectly for them
to validate them.
Like just give them
like
the
a
wisdom
cosign?
Like a fucking like a Pharrell or a fucking Rick Rubin come in and be like, this is what you guys are actually
a producer.
Like you say they need direction. They need direction.
Yes. That
they have the skills, but maybe
they need a Rick Rubin.
Is that like the idea? Like they got the rap vibe skills, but not the production
music.
And
yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm gonna but like I need to listen to them. But when it comes on, I'll knock to that.
Right.
But those are the two things that comes to mind with newer stuff. I don't know who wants to go next. Well, I look at my
looking right now.
Chris wants to go.
Chris, go for it.
No, I want to hear from everyone else first. I'd rather hear from you guys.
All right. Well, I'll share some. I've been listening to just a lot of jazz that I go back to. If you guys like Miles Davis, if you guys have ever listened to Shades of Blue,
I like the idea.
And if you like, I would definitely listen to Miles Davis, Shades of Blue. But if you already have explored that, one, if you're bored or you just want to chill at home, there's a documentary. I think it might be on Netflix. It's a Miles Davis, like a documentary. It's not a series. It's just maybe like an hour long or an hour and 20 minutes long, whatever it is. But I would recommend watching it just because it's dope about his life and the kind of life that he lived and how he just was as a person. It was very entertaining. If you're just chilling at home, you want something to watch, I would definitely recommend.
Is it straight up jazz vocals on it or just instruments?
The documentary?
No, the music, the Shades of Blue you're mentioning.
Yeah,
straight up instrument.
Yeah, he's a trumpist.
I know that, but I don't know if he's like.
By the way, I just looked it up. I think Shades of Blue is a Mad Lib album. Kind of Blue is the Miles Davis album.
Sorry, Shades of Blue is the Mad Lib album. Yeah. My mistake.
I got you. You sent it to us.
Kind of Blue. Right? Kind of Blue.
I definitely recommend listening to the Mad Lib album. You see that? Kind of Blue. Excuse me. Nice.
You sent it to us a while ago.
This is really dope. So, Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain. So
great name.
It was
sketches of
Spain. Yeah. So later on,
right now.
The shoes.
Sketches of Spain. Later on in his career, while he was just older, he got with this new girl. You hear it in the docuseries, and I don't know if she was from Spain or she went to Spain to do some different type of music. She was another type of artist. I forgot exactly what it was, so I would definitely recommend watching the series. But he visited different cultures and heard different music in Spain, and he was influenced by it, and he created Sketches of Spain. This is more of like a movie soundtrack almost. It's weird, but it's beautiful. I really.
It's only 5 songs.
It's short. It's not long at all.
Perfect.
See, that's cool. I like that.
But this is by far my favorite jazz album. This is the one I listen to all the time, which is it's a Blue Note album. Blue Note's a record label. It's Freddie Hubbard and Woody Shaw. It's Double Take. This is like a masterpiece.
Double Take is the
Double
name,
Take. Double Take is the album name.
Okay.
And it's the artists are Freddie Hubbard and Woody Shaw. So
Freddie Hubbard.
Yo, speaking of jazz albums, another trumpist that I came across, Ray Anthony. It's the Harry James songbook. It's called Dream Dancing. This is the shit that I went to the beach and some dude had
Freddie Hubbard. Not Freddie Hubbard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hubbard. No, I don't know if it's
Hubbard.
Hubert or Hubbard. I think it's Hubert.
It's Hubbard.
Okay, I see him.
It's Hubbard. Freddie Hubbard.
Like telescope.
Hubbard. Yeah, I
The
call
Hubbard.
him Hubert.
The Hubbard.
Hubba. But yeah, this was some shit that I was fucking with for a bit too.
Nice.
Ray Anthony is his name. Dream Dancing 7. I came across
Send me that.
Some dude. Yeah, I got you. And yeah, dude, I walk onto the beach and some dude's playing on a speaker and it was like magic pulled me in. And then that's one thing I'll fuck with too when I just don't want lyrics. I just want just music like that. Sometimes I feel like I really need vocals. I need singing. I feel like most of the time I do. But otherwise, yeah, that's one of the things I've been fucking
I like
with.
Instrumentals.
Because
instrumentals is just like it's
cool,
like background music.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's good driving music.
And it's also fun to like pay attention to, like, because you know, I wouldn't say like vocals can be distracting, but
no, that's exactly that's exactly what I was thinking.
Like you're listening to everything.
Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool on Netflix.
Birth of the Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably where Lupe got that fucking name, Death of the Cool.
Maybe that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
No Ideas original.
Yeah.
But I would definitely, if you guys are just bored chilling with your girl, without your girl, I would definitely watch. It's dope. It's nothing crazy, but it's just like he was a very particular man, and like he had a rough attitude. He did have a rough attitude. I didn't know he did drugs and things like that either. But
musicians?
I'm not. I didn't. We hear the name Miles Davis, but we don't really know what that came with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. Cool.
He does have an interesting.
I don't
story.
even really think of him.
It's
as
always fun.
Player. Like I think of him as just a jazz musician.
Right. No, he revolutionized.
Yeah, he's always the name that comes up when you think of trumpets and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
See, that's the fun thing about music is there's so much fucking music that we can find new music and old music, like we said before. And it seems like that's all we've all been doing. There's probably a lot of people going through this same like dark renaissance with music. It's like, I'm not fucking with what's coming out. So let me go back into the past. 30-year-olds, old people. Yeah, because kids are going to fuck with the new music coming out. But we're not gonna. But it's got to be something, bro.
What did Kevin,
Chris and Kevin didn't go yet. They're evading it.
Mine's not as exciting, so we should probably leave Kevin.
Kevin's frozen.
So Chris, go for it.
So what I've been listening to is the 2 albums, and it's 2 similar artists: Duran Jones and the Indications, and then The Sacred Souls. Let me give you the album names.
Yeah, you were telling us about Duran Jones.
This is all I listen to. This is all I listen to. Duran Jones and the Indications. With You. No, With You is the hit. The Private Space is the name of the album.
Yes.
And then
it's cool cover.
The Sacred Souls. I gotta pull up the thing.
Send me that, Michael.
Gotcha.
Please.
The album I've been listening to, which is not their latest album, is Will I See? No. Actually, it's The Sacred Souls is the name of the album.
The Sacred Souls. The Sacred Souls.
It's all the Sacred Souls. It's with two E's.
The Sacred Souls. That's the name of the group.
I'm interested in this.
Is the name of another group.
EHEE.
You guys know that you've listened to their music.
I'm sure I have.
You've sent us a song by them, Freddy.
Oh yeah, I have them.
Funny.
Oh, yeah, I have listened to them.
Listen to both Duran Jones and the
Sacred Souls. Yeah, my girl put me onto them. The Sacred Souls. Yeah,
have a great time. They're popular. Like Ariana knows about them. My little sister.
That's interesting.
19 years old.
Is this the group that is brand new? That sounds like they're dope.
Right. Like so remember we were talking about earlier, like old music, right? And we're going back and getting old music, and then someone asked, like old as in like it's from an old time or like old sounding. And this is new music that's old sounding.
I was gonna ask you too.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
Both of them, both artists, they're like kind of relatively new, but they're doing these old, like not even 80s, 90s, no 60s sounds. It's interesting. I don't know if that's historically accurate. That's just how that's how when I feel their music, I feel the 60s.
No, and that's I feel like people don't do that enough. They're trying so hard to reinvent them, which is good, right? We do want new music and all that. We want something different, but I do want to be able to hear that old music with a new twist to it. And that I remember when you were playing these dudes that one time, that's exactly what I felt. I'm like, this is great because they add just enough twists where it's different, but it's still like, wow, this is classic. Like when you listen to it, it's like it's immediately nostalgic, even though you never heard it before.
I wonder what equipment they used making it. And what I mean by that is literally their musical equipment, because certain instruments that were used back in the day are the ones that gave that specific sound. So a lot of artists actually creatively will purposely go ahead and buy those specific older instruments and play on those. You know, they'll go ahead and, you know, people who are gearheads essentially will go ahead and find out what did this producer use or artists use, make it, and then they'll go ahead and they love that sound because that sound specifically only comes from that instrument or that piano, you know, whatever it is, and they'll go ahead and buy that in a modern time and still use that to create. So I wonder if they use the same gear as like some inspired artists from the past, or if they were able to pull off a similar sound with more modern equipment. And I'm sure it's a combination.
I'm gonna imagine that too.
So you're not just saying like an old type of guitar or piano. You're saying like the actual equipment they use to record the sound too, right?
All of it.
Yep.
Right.
All of it.
Like the microphones possibly too, because like certain
everything.
Those old looking microphones that people use, they also record sound differently, right?
Or they're like more like scratchy, right? Which wasn't intentional at the time. It's just what the technology was.
But that was it captured a specific sound. And then people hold on to that sound like, wow, I love that sound. How can I get that sound? It's like, well, you can only get that out of the MP, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Same thing with record players.
Exactly.
It's like, it was just an issue with it that it also is going to have that scratchy sound. It's just what the technology was. Now that it's digital, it's clean, and it doesn't happen, but it's like, now I want that still. I still want, it's kind of like, like our phones, when you take a photo with it, it shutters, but there's no shutter on these phones. It's because we got so used to them having shutters that we wanted to still hear like sound like that.
That's everything. So, when you press save on a Word document, it's a floppy disk.
Nobody knows what a floppy disk is anymore because they're clicking that button like, oh,
we don't even save shit on CDs or DVDs anymore.
Yep.
But we got to have that floppy disk to remind you of your childhood, so that you know it's pressed. You know, it's intuitive. That's how ingrained like floppy disk is. They could put a disk is the same thing, right? But it's a circle, so we get confused.
Too much.
I got some power buttons.
Yeah. It's funny how we are in that way. And music is always going to be like that, where we're still going to crave that old stuff. Like even when and I'm sure you can attest to this a little bit more, like the music that's made now is still a reflection of the old music. Cause you're still like, all right, we need drums, right? Like that's a band thing. Like they had drums. They still need drums.
Yeah, you still need the groove.
Yeah. You still need like those structured pieces. The mathematics in the music is still there, and that's not going away. And it's like, we're still going to keep building on the old stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting because you could like build, I would imagine, I don't know, Freddy, correct me where I'm wrong, because I'm sure I'm going to be wrong. But like you could build a beat, and let's say you need certain drum sounds. You could probably build that all digitally without ever, recording any sort of drum or having any sort of instrument that does it. But now you don't have like the drummer in the room that has the feel and that can like play with the song maybe more. And
people refer to that as a programmer. So a lot of producers nowadays, like especially like younger kids who go ahead and make beats, they'll go ahead and get like a program called like Fruity Loops. Have you ever heard of Fruity Loops?
I've heard the term used in music. I don't know what.
Yeah, so it's just a music. It's like a garage band. You know, garage band.
Okay.
So it's just a DAW, a digital audio workstation. So, they might not be able to, use like a drum machine and play it in, but they could see the math and click in a kick here, boom. A snare here, and they could click in the entire beat without using any type of actual drum machine equipment. They could just click it in and use it with a mouse, and they could be they're essentially programming music.
Yeah,
you could program music this way as well, or you could have like a sequencer where there's many different ways of creating. But you know, just because you can make music doesn't mean that you're like, you know, you could be a producer and program the music in, but that doesn't mean that you're a player.
Yeah, you don't have you don't need rhythm, essentially,
exactly.
right? Because the math that comes into that
understand the math.
Yeah. You're
it's
like
all math. Music is just
hacking
math.
the system a little bit. Yeah. Like and that's cool. Like I learned that off you when you started talking about octaves. Like here, octave is like I hear the number 8 in it, but the way it gets broken down into what is it like 2, 4s, 8s, where they're like you could keep that same rhythm, and it's just bugged out because there's people fucking hundreds of years ago figuring that shit out somehow, and still that's used. That's still how you can be like, all right, this is how this is gonna work, which is I just can't wrap my mind around it because I feel like music is supposed to be like this free, chaotic thing, but it is so structured.
That is interesting. I never really thought about those two together. That like music is supposed to be this free, like people release themselves to music, but then at the same time, there's a structure you can apply to all of it.
Yeah,
chaotic order.
There is
that's probably
there is still a constraint.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
It's still, you know, for you to do this, you have to stay on a certain rhythm. You know, you can't do this if you just want to do anything. You know, it's still there's still a math.
Free, you have to follow some structure.
Yep,
that's true. That's true.
That's why I've got you guys here so we can talk about Jesus.
Oh, I'm going to refer you to the video with Andy about Jesus. Why Jesus?
It's on this
channel. Celestial Quest.
Nice.
I could always pull you.
I'm about to go see him. Chill out with him. Is Kevin coming in or he's done?
Yeah, he said he had to he had to restart his Wi-Fi. I'm watching him so that when he signs in, I add him back in. But yeah, this is a thing, and I don't know if you guys know about this. In 2023, the internet's worse than it was 5-10 years ago.
Bro.
And that's actually a fact.
Yo,
it is.
I'm telling you,
it feels worse.
Yo, I work from home. My shit gets disconnected.
The reason why is because there's too many people on the internet, so they actually have to slow certain people down in certain areas to give other people. So it's not so much that it's worse. The internet technology is the best, but because we've grown so much, they do have to knock some people down. And they probably have less people working in their areas
too. It's more people and more people doing more things. We do so much. Like, yo, remember you had a data limit? Like you could do 1 gigabyte or like 2 gigabytes a month.
Yeah.
Go look how much data you used recently. and
just on this video
over your cell phone network. Not even your Wi-Fi. Like if you look at the number of like it's crazy. So they expanded their capabilities, but it's still expensive.
Yeah, there's just too many people on the internet, and there's probably really not that many they probably just don't have as many workers. Kevin's about to jump in right now, just so you know. He's in. Kevin, welcome back. Let me get you right here.
Oh yeah.
While you were gone, we were talking a little bit about like the mathematics with music. Like
so 5 plus
Freddy was
3.
talking about like, yeah, exactly. Oh, 5 plus 3,
5 plus 3
right. Octaves. Yeah, we were just talking about how like there's programmers that who put the music in the timing, because we're talking about how music is more like it's more orderly than we think. We're talking about the math there.
What's 5 plus 3?
8
octaves.
8 octaves.
Wait, okay, what other questions 5 plus 3 was?
What happened?
I don't know. Kevin said 5 plus 3, like it was like a music term.
Because he said mathematics.
It worked though.
Oh,
it ended up being 8.
Okay. I thought you said it like it was like, oh no, 5 plus 3. Like,
you believe Kevin? That was your problem.
I was like, why doesn't Chris know what 5 plus 3 is?
Yeah, you walked in at the perfect time too. So what other questions do you have, Kev?
Did we go around for the 2 albums?
You were the last one.
Chris.
Chris
went already?
Chris, tell him the 2. Yeah, while you were gone.
I gave Duran Jones, Private Space, and then These Sacred Souls. Those are the 2 albums I'm listening to the most. They're similar, but that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah, I say like These Sacred Souls is probably an honorable mention.
Right.
One album I've been fucking going back to nonstop is Street Songs by Rick James.
Nice.
This one, the one with the red boots.
Nice.
Is that? Yeah, bro. What happened, Freddy?
With Mary Jane.
Where is that?
There's the one. No. There's the one with Ghetto Life. Give it to me, baby.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Super Freak, Fire and Desire. Like,
okay, Super Freak is probably the one I'm thinking.
So I've been looking to this a lot and Thriller.
Okay.
Yo, Thriller,
dude,
classic.
Let me tell you, man. Thriller, like, obviously, you know, there's the hits there, you know, the Thriller, Beat It, fucking, but like Human Nature.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
PYT and the Lady of My Life. Oh my, like the second half, the ones that aren't really like they're hits, but like not hits. Yo. And the one with Paul McCartney, like,
oh, I was literally listening to that a few days ago.
Classics, like
that girl is
bro.
How do you beat that?
Dude, my niece, she's 10 years old. She listens to Michael Jackson. That's how undeniable Michael Jackson is. Crazy. I'm too young to listen to Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is timeless.
Did he write his own music?
Timeless, bro.
I'm imagining he had. I'm sure he had.
He used to beatbox too.
Yeah, he's
very talented. But
like,
who wrote?
Not all of it. No way he wrote.
So I think who helped him, especially on Thriller, was his last name is Jones.
Mike Jones.
Fucking, he has a skit on the Weeknd's album with Dawn FM. He has a skit with him, where he's talking about like his relationship with his mom and like.
Oh fuck! That's gonna drive me crazy.
I can't believe I don't remember his name.
I don't want.
He's a well-known producer.
John Bone Jones.
Quincy Jones. I didn't see it.
How did we not know this?
So Quincy,
it came to me.
Quincy Jones.
Wow, guys, we should be like, we should be eliminated for that.
For real.
Michael, something Jones.
Michael, delete this part, bro. This is embarrassing.
Quincy Jones.
All right, Quincy Jones. So he made Thriller when he was 50, bro. That was his breakout project. He was 50. He was a producer all his life, and this man, his breakout project is
Thriller. I didn't realize that. At 50.
He was 50, bro.
Dude, like, how do you get?
So that those two. But if I had to, if I had to mention maybe a new album, I would say, I think I did say These Sacred Souls, but. Maybe something hip hop. Yeah, Smino. Smino's probably the last like good hip hop.
But I've been listening to Rock Marciano for. I know this isn't really more your guys' lanes, maybe Kevin. Rock Marciano.
Rock is cool.
I like his last album with Alchemist, Elephant Bones. But he for you guys, Mike and Chris, he has his own style. He has his own language. If you're not,
he's in his own lane. He's in his own lane. He's so weird.
But
that's what you gotta do now. If you want to rap, you gotta like rap in code to actually get people's attention. That's what MF Doom did. That's how MF Doom got.
But it didn't work for a long time.
Bro, yep. He's been, but same with Marciano.
Same with Rock Marciano.
Marciano's been doing it for a minute.
He's been doing this since back in the day with Busta Rhymes. He's been doing this shit for like 20, 30 years. Yeah. And he's getting his Rock Marciano's getting his shine more in the last decade.
It's interesting. Same thing with Run the Jewels.
But he's never going to be Kanye or Drake.
Like he doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be. He has his cult following. He's still driving around in foreigns. He's still that guy. Yeah,
I think and it's like you said, Freddie. I think now is where he's getting his recognition.
He is,
because now underground hip hop music is becoming huge now with like Griselda and like fucking all these hip hop artists. So he's been doing it for a minute, but I think with
he's really the guy.
I think they didn't assist for him. Like they helped him, get his shine more. So
for sure,
which is cool, which is dope.
For sure,
because I heard of him because of Griselda. I didn't really know about him before that. So that's dope. But yeah, I didn't hear Elephant Bones. I got to knock to that.
You didn't hear Elephant Bones?
Nah,
that's cool.
I didn't get to it.
I like his. I wouldn't even recommend it to.
No.
You.
No.
I know what Freddie means though.
He's
He's an acquired taste. He's an acquired taste.
If you are gonna listen to him, I recommend.
He's an acquired taste.
I probably recommend.
Michael, this doesn't make you feel away.
His last project.
Nah, because Kevin does a good job of recommending music to me, so he knows what I like.
I try.
But the thing is, I can still listen to it. You know what I mean? Like they're not always right with stuff like that. But there's the other guy. Wow, this is a cool cat podcast. Look at that.
Cool cat podcast, bro. Cool cat podcast. That shit is he's eating his chickens, bro.
Yo, that's a big cat, bro.
Holy shit.
That's a big cat.
That's a pretty cat.
He was in our apartment, Michael. He didn't look like that.
That's right.
She. We saw her.
Yeah, she was tiny. Okay. Yeah. That's dope.
She was having a blast in all the boxes.
That's right. We thought we lost her.
We knew her first. You think she remembers us?
No way. Even if she did, she wouldn't like us. It's a cat.
Nah,
yo, she's a little whore. A little whore. Look at her. Look at that little floozy, huh?
Bad little
floozy.
Little pussy. But yeah, it's funny. You guys brought up Doom earlier. Doom is someone I have not been skipping at all. Dude, every time Danger Doom to me will be forever. I will always stop and listen to that fucking album. He fucking listen to this morning. This is fucking the bars that he dropped. But go ahead, Kev.
I was gonna ask, like, is there an album or at least a project that you guys would want to come out this year from an artist that
Child Rebel Soldier, CRS. Finally coming out.
I would love to hear the Doom and freaking Ghostface album that they teased forever before. That I would love for it to.
You think they'll keep it hidden, like because he died and it's like I don't know. I think Ghost is gonna still try to. Good. I hope
get it to come out because the issue with working with Doom apparently was that the albums will be done and it'll be given to him and he'll be like finishing it up like production wise and then he'll just be holding it and sitting on it forever. So like Ghost is like, the album's done. He got it. We're just waiting for him to release it. So and then unfortunately it was.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they wouldn't want to release it because Doom didn't want to release it. You know what I mean? I could see that as
but I don't look at it as he didn't want to release it.
Okay.
It's unfortunately he was probably just holding it for a certain period of time. Or
didn't Ghostface come out with an album but on the stem player? I think I saw that on Twitter.
He did?
Yeah. I think I saw that.
That's wild.
I don't know if that's real. I think it is. He literally came out, he really came out with an album on the stem player. Gotta look that up.
What is the stem player?
That's the thing that Kanye invented. Well, not invented, but he.
It's
actually cool. Did you guys see how it works? It's dope.
No, that's what I'm asking.
It's a gimmick.
It's cool because it's a gimmick. It is, but it's cool because so it has I think 4 controls.
Mm-hmm.
Like you slide and basically like if it can calibrate like a song, so like you can slide different parts of the song to come in and out. So like for example, like if you're listening to I don't know fucking a hip hop song, you can take the beat, you could take the drums off, like just sliding it off, and then you could listen to the song without the drums, or you could listen to it without the artist.
It's a way of like
you slide it off.
Creating music.
But how are you listening to the music? It's like an MP3 player?
It's like an MP3. Yeah, it's an MP3 player.
Okay.
Yeah,
or a speaker, whatever, yeah.
Then you have like controls on it.
Yeah, you have controls. It's like an equalizer almost.
It is.
You can
exactly.
But except you're not.
It is dope.
I don't know.
I do want to wrap it up. Yeah. Chris, I think you should listen to "Kind of Blue" by Miles Davis on a
yes.
Yo, do this a night that you cook some dinner for your girl. You do a nice little night. Play that.
Okay.
That's some good music for that. Because it's slow, chill.
What do you recommend for music if you're by yourself and you're single and lonely and sad? What do you recommend?
Sketches of Spain, man. Sketches of Spain. I'm telling you.
Yo, Mr. Morale.
He got something for everybody.
But
Mr. Morale.
This is my favorite.
That's if you're having a baby.
Double take. No, this is not for when you're having a baby. Kind of Blue is for when you're trying to have a baby. If you want to hear some new sounds,
Wow,
Sketches
cassette,
of Spain.
Man. Let me get myself a cassette player.
Did we mention who we want to come out this year? Album?
I'm kind of serious about the fucking CRS thing.
Like, I would like to hear that.
Tyler has it. Because Tyler has it.
No, Tyler has it.
Not coming out, bro.
Yeah, that apparently
Tyler has
Lupe
it.
Sent, or
Lupe sent a screenshot saying because a fan asked Lupe like, "Yo, what's good with CRS?" Like, no, Tyler So Lupe put a screenshot with a fan asking Lupe like, "Yo, what's good with CRS? Like, where's all that music?" Like, and he was like, "Tyler got all of it or some shit."
You know what? That makes a lot of fucking sense. You want to know why that makes
conversation?
Check it out. That makes a lot of sense because who's really looking for Lupe right now? Not many people aside from his core fan base. You know, you're not looking for Lupe. Kanye, a lot of people have drifted away from Kanye, even though Kanye is always going to be somewhat relevant. And then who else? It was Lupe, Kanye, and Pharrell. You know, Pharrell is amazing, but I don't think he's not
a rapper.
Yeah, he's not a rapper, but also like he's not in the current spotlight.
Okay.
Right.
You know, like attention. There's no fire.
That was usually in the background anyway.
Not that they're campy. He could get the
he's
fire
just
when
respected.
he wants.
And
he's just the man. He's just behind so much.
Yeah, but he
didn't just come out with Happy.
Yo, this is a hot take.
Cash in, cash out was a big fucking deal, bro.
It's a hot take.
This is a hot take. This is a hot take.
So I think.
Oh, you're gonna say
really smart. This is the hot take.
Okay.
That
because I have a hot take. Okay, but you
good.
Go.
I think that they gave it to Tyler because he is more new. You know, he could still pull in his core fan base into it, the Pharrell people, because he's a Pharrell baby. So Tyler's a Pharrell baby.
He's a fan.
A super fan. They know they could trust him with the love and the art. He's close with Kanye, or good friends with Kanye, sense of friends, whatever. Yeah. You know, he's a baby of Pharrell, and if he's cool with Lupe, I could see him putting some touches on it, messing around it. It's more of
I didn't even think of
a youthful album. It's a great marketing tactic. I don't think they're doing it for marketing.
When did this come out, though? This rumor.
I saw
a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was recent. It wasn't that long ago.
Hey,
yeah, I just thought like they gave it to him to listen to. But I didn't think of like, oh, they gave it to him so that he can work on it. That makes it.
That's an imaginary album.
That's imaginary. It was imaginary.
Yeah, the whole thing is
imaginary. This is all theory.
This is all theory. This is we're speculating.
A feature. After a collaboration, we said there's gonna be an album because they led us to believe that. But
but I gave up on it. I gave up on it, and
we all did.
I'm looking forward to it again. Now I think
my hot take is I don't think Pharrell his beats aren't that great as they were.
Oh, anymore.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, right now.
Cash in, cash out.
Pharrell, you're saying Pharrell right now?
Yeah, Pharrell. As he was. I don't know. I don't know what it is like with Pharrell. Like if you hear his beats now, I feel like he's using the same like bass.
Mm-hmm.
Doom, 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 doom. It's like it's that doom, 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 doom. Like he takes bass and he like. He I don't know the term. Maybe you know, Freddy. You could help me on that. Where it's just like he takes a bass and he plays with the bass. Like he'll make it higher, he'll make it lower. It's not like doom 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 doom. It's like doom 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 doom.
Okay.
Doom, doom. Like he does that a lot, and you can hear that in a lot of his beats now. And it kind of sounds the same to me. And I'm not saying they're bad, but I just feel like they're not like wow.
You've heard so much,
bro.
You're old.
Yeah, like it's not.
I don't know if I can say that he's not as nice as he was before. I think it's more of after you've been creating for so long and you've created all those amazing things. As a creative, you want to challenge yourself. You want to create something new. And I think that's what Pharrell really shines, is him trying to create something new, trying to create something new with Pusha T, with Nori, whoever it is. He's always like, I want to work with this person and get another side of them, you know? So I think it's a major battle because it's a battle that you rarely win. You gotta you have to create a new sound. That's already hard. 2, you have to create a sound that is really dope, and then people have to really gravitate to that, where it's going to change the actual landscape. That's very hard to find and even happen. So I think Pharrell is just
the right artist.
All of it. So I look at it more of like, I don't think Pharrell is, not that he's not as nice as he was. I think that he's done all that shit already, bro. Like, what do you want him to do? You want him to make some more Clips beats? It's like, oh, you want me to go back to 2000? We want it.
Of course.
Of course, we want it, but it's also like, as a creator, he's like, this shit is so simple.
But it's also like what Jay-Z said. If you want the old Hov, like, listen to my old
listen
shit.
to that.
Yeah.
Go listen to that. You know what I'm saying? But we always want more of it. Another thing I thought we should talk about, the new new Black Star album. I haven't heard.
I didn't hear it.
It's funny, when I was looking at the music I downloaded, it was on there, and I was like, I gotta get back to that.
I didn't listen to it.
I think it's only on Loomis or Lumidity.
You probably have to buy it, right? Is that what it is?
You have to be part of like a certain platform, Chris.
Oh no, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Chris, the way he said it.
Chris.
It was
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
I tried figuring it out, but I didn't spend that much time.
Why would they do that? Why would they hide their music?
Because they got paid.
No, I don't. Well, they got paid,
enough.
but it wasn't only just that. It was like,
I respect it.
Yeah, I respect what they were doing. It was just like, yo, I'm gonna put in all this time into creating this thing, and then you guys are gonna make all the money off it. You guys are gonna give us fractions of a fucking penny.
It's true.
No. Yeah, go with a startup that needs, to
take the money. Get the check.
Get names.
Get the check, but also
take that.
Get the check.
Take that.
But also,
take that.
It was a fight against the current industry and the certain music framework that we're in. Like, literally, there's artists that don't even want to create. They don't even want to create in this music industry, because it's just like, what, you guys are going to give me fractions of a penny for something that I made, and you guys are going to get who knows how much you're fucking making off of this. Apple, Tidal, all these. You guys are giving me, the creator, fractions of a penny. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, right. It's a fucked up game for a while now too.
There'll be a swing back.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
Is it Apple, out of all the streaming services, isn't Apple like the one that pays the most out of?
I think they pay the least. I think Spotify pays.
I feel like Spotify would be
more. I think Apple's the worst. Spotify pays more. Tidal was supposed to pay the most, but supposedly Tidal, from what I heard, I don't know, don't quote me, but I heard Tidal wasn't paying people.
Oh my god!
They're not making money. How is Tidal even make? Who has Tidal?
How is Tidal still around?
What are they going to pay people?
Yeah.
Is it because Jay-Z's behind it? Like,
I mean, that's a big push, but they had a good idea. I mean, they had Bitcoin. They had a whole bunch of artists to be like behind pushing Tidal. There was a whole major artist rollout of like, hey, this platform's going to pay us more money, than the other streaming platforms. But it was mainly, I heard Tidal got stuck in that check. Not only Jay-Z artists, but yes, Jay-Z artists.
Right, mainly like at least the biggest names. Like the people I remember, like Kanye was tied to it somehow, right?
Kanye, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, there's a bunch of artists.
But once you don't get enough money, once you're like, damn, they're gonna still give me a check when I go over here, they're gonna do it. That's the thing.
I can't believe
they like betray each other. Done. Right? Should be.
Who uses Tidal?
Nicki Minaj, Jack White, Madonna, Rihanna, Kanye West, Beyonce.
None of them stuck.
Beyonce's behind it.
They're all.
Yeah, she's
married. She's married.
No, just play.
Yeah.
Oh. She has the title.
Ooh.
Oh.
So there was like a group of people that were like really pushing the whole Tidal movement, but supposedly Tidal was not cutting that check. Supposedly they had problems with that.
You don't see them promoting it now.
They're not promoting it.
They're all on iTunes. They're all on Spotify.
I think Spotify might be the highest paying one out of like the most mainstream ones.
Because I don't use Spotify.
Tidal could be the highest paying one, but if they're not paying, they're not paying at all.
Yeah, I use Apple Music. I don't know. I'm just so used to Apple Music.
Spotify looks better. I use Apple, but I can see Spotify probably recommends better. I feel like
Spotify recommends better in my experience.
I want Kanye to release something this year.
What? Kanye?
I want Kanye to release something.
You said the no name.
Kanye.
I wanted to say that, but I wanted you guys to be able to monetize this podcast.
Cancelled.
Bro.
Done.
Not as a human being, as an artist.
You don't want any anti-Semitic music?
That's what do you want the album cover to be?
I have a question.
Black. This is gonna be black. Talk to me. Well, talk to us.
I actually really liked Donda 2. I thought the album was amazing.
There's a Donda 2 album?
I didn't hear Donda 2.
Sorry, Donda 1. Donda, not Donda 2.
Okay, because there is a Donda 2.
Donda, the first Donda was great.
Amazing.
I loved the first.
I loved it.
I love Donda. Well, I don't know why I said Donda 2. Anyways,
there is a Donda 2.
There is a Donda 2 coming, but I don't know what this is.
No, it's out. It was on the thing.
It's on the stem player. But you can listen to it, like people uploaded it on YouTube, so you can actually like listen to the album.
Okay, cool.
But that's not important.
When you get this Kanye album, do you want a Kanye album or do you want a Kanye produced album?
Both.
I want both.
I want a Kanye album.
You want to hear? You want to hear Kanye rapping?
No, not really.
I don't really care to hear Kanye.
I do.
Yeah,
nah,
it depends on who's rapping.
I would like to hear him here and there, but I'm not.
Or at least I want to hear him on hooks. At least
I would like to hear him.
Kanye.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear Kanye.
No, Freddie's right.
I mean, because
I don't want to hear about his presidential run.
You think you want to hear? You think
you're right.
Kanye more than two verses. He's trying to start a rally.
I want to.
That's a good point.
I want to hear.
If he gets political, I don't care.
I want to hear him on the song. I want to hear him on songs.
Me too. I want to hear him.
I want to hear his production. You're probably right. Probably rapping, whatever. It's fine.
He needs to chill out.
I want to hear Kanye mad at Kim. I want to hear Kanye mostly not like a on a third. Like if his vocals are on it, his rap vocals. He can sing all he wants.
Look at
vocals.
Look at
remote control. I would like to hear Kanye sing. How about that?
Look at remote control.
Kanye singing.
I want to hear remote control. I want to hear that song as an album. That's
yes.
That's what I want to hear.
Can we make up albums? Can we make up albums?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it could be. It doesn't have to be official.
Oh,
it doesn't have. It could be fucking out of this world. It doesn't have to be. It could be an artist that's not with us anymore.
Young Thug and Kid Cudi.
That would have been good. That's a good one.
Right there. Too bad it's not. That's never gonna happen.
In prison on the
it's right. Now he can record from prison. He can record in prison.
Man's in jail.
This is probably gonna be the highlight of his career. He's gonna get even better right now.
Yeah, I
don't even think he's coming out. I think that man's
he's done
for life.
Yeah, he's done. Thug is done.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming out. People are just ratting on him left and right. Like he's just.
He's done. He's done.
They're just fucking.
People got killed.
Yeah.
Oh, people were killed.
Yeah, of course.
They're
pushing
that,
gang shit.
Allegedly,
people died for sure. People had to have gotten murdered.
But man,
crap,
just hearing them, just hearing them on remote control, man. Like I heard that song the other day. I'm just like, shit. Song is fantastic with him on that shit. It's great.
Yeah, I think that would be the things that I'd be most excited for is collabs.
Chris, that made your eyes closed, bro. Yo, make sure you highlight that. That had Chris's eyes closed.
You changed my mind.
The man was visualizing.
I do want to hear Kanye. I just, in order to
Please
hear
don't ask again.
Yeah.
Oh, that song is so.
You just don't want to hear.
I want that. I want more of that.
You want to hear?
I don't want to hear him. Yeah, I don't want to hear him ranting.
I don't want to hear him rapping.
Political.
I don't want to hear Kanye rapping.
Yeah. You don't have to.
I want to hear another Donda. I thought the album was incredible.
Great.
He had a ton of good features on it. Great sound.
What's going to be a bit though?
Someone sang in like a subway tunnel, and it's
subway tunnel.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, it was a subway restaurant.
Yeah, hold on real quick, Michael. This is for you because I forgot to mention this. The Black Star album, apparently they were able to record the sound of space. So the sound of actual space is in the album.
It's kind of dope.
Yeah, so there's a whole like
it's silent.
I don't know what it is. I haven't heard it, but I'm interested in hearing that and like
it's just silent.
Yeah, that's smart. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's Ancient Ancestors or something like that. Let me find it for you.
That's dope. That is cool.
That is cool. Hopefully the song.
I feel like you're not gonna hear it though.
Because that sounds good. Because listen, that sounds amazing on paper. That sounds amazing on paper.
It does sound amazing on paper.
But it sounds like nothing in your speakers.
Yeah, you feel like you're speaking.
Sorry, no.
It's just them rapping over nothing.
No fear of time. No fear of time.
So they went to space. Oh shit.
Black Star.
No fear of time. That's what it is.
And I guess you think we could find that on SoundCloud now? Maybe I'll probably.
You can find that on YouTube.
No, it sounds
on YouTube.
Sound space.
On YouTube.
Sound space.
There's no clouds in space.
Kanye would be nice.
Yeah, I think we can end it there.
No, wait, one more clips. I want clips to come out with the album. They've been.
I want that. I actually do want that.
Teasing that.
Clips.
They
have been teasing that, and I do think.
Yeah,
I do think he is going to come out. I think his brother.
Yeah, I think they're coming out.
I think Malice is coming out.
Yeah.
Clips?
So because they've been playing with Clips is
Clips. Grinding.
You don't know.
No one keeping the line.
Malice and Push.
Wow. Malice and Push.
Okay.
And who is the producer?
No Malice.
Neptunes.
Okay.
No Malice.
Okay.
Yeah, no Malice. No.
Anything else to wrap it up?
That's it.
Yo, guys.
This is great. We have to. This is more than one.
Double take. Incredible.
Cool, thank you.
Chris, we got to have a game one. Video game one. Let's do one soon.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down.
Yeah,
keep going. People keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing.
Like, subscribe,
so we can keep doing
favorite.
more
Let
of
us
these.
know.
Are you guys getting
Let us
comments?
know.
Likes,
Let us know.
Oh,
yeah, it's me.
It's going crazy.
It's me.
It's going crazy.
Let us know. Listen to the,
we've been
people
posting
watching. To the people watching, let us know who you want to come out this year. Let us know what's your favorite album. Let us know what album you didn't like.
Who do you want to hear collab?
Know. Yeah, let us know. Comment.
Collab you want? What's your favorite album right now? What kind of genres of music you like?
If any of our recommendations were great.
Who do you think is the cutest out of us four?
Let us know.
Who would you want?
Who would you date? Who would you date? Who would you date?
I gotta go.
Yo, I love you guys.
Be good.
Thanks for joining. It was fun.
Cut that shit out.
We'll do another one because we can make a lot of these. We can have a lot of fun.
I love you guys.
Have a great time. Listen to music.
Yo, watch that Miles Davis.
Listen to music.
Miles Davis.